5 must-have business applications every single entrepreneur needs. Let's run it. What's going on, everybody? Brian Rivera, CPA, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. So on this channel, I talk about a variety of different topics: entrepreneurship, investing, business stuff. So if you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And if you've been around here for a while, thanks for watching. So let's face it, a lot of times when you work for a big corporation, it can spoil you, and that is because they can give you the tools necessary to be successful. You've got all the bells and whistles, you got all the applications right at your disposal, so that way your first day of work, you can get out there and crush it. So as a small business owner, it's extremely important that you integrate the right technology that will boost efficiencies, maximize productivity for both you and your team to fuel your future growth. So believe me, I know I can attest to this, as I run multiple different businesses, whether I'm the sole owner or I'm a part owner in several different businesses. And if I did not have the right technology tools, it would be extremely hard for me to make an informed decision about the direction of that particular business. So fortunately for you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a cheat code and give you guys 5 applications that I think every single owner needs to integrate into their business. I personally use all of these applications. So first up is gonna be QuickBooks. Now, I'm a little bit biased because I'm an accountant by trade, and I understand that the heartbeat of every single organization, big or small, is their financial statements. So if you do not have accurate books and records, it's gonna be extremely tough to make management-based decisions. So I know a lot of businesses may not be transaction heavy, where you're not doing volume-based transactions, but I think at the onset, using something like a QuickBooks is good, is because it provides you the ability to scale as your business grows. So some of the things that I like about QuickBooks is it provides comprehensive reporting and great record keeping. So some of the popular reports that you're probably gonna use is gonna be the income statement. So the income statement is good. It's gonna give you an overall big picture of your profitability, your net income. Probably gonna take a look at the balance sheet, give you an idea of your cash position, any receivables you might have, any payables, owner's equity, things like that. Balance sheet is good to give you an overall health of your organization. And then the statement of cash flows is good, is because it's going to give you an idea of the sources of funds and where your cash is going. Other things that you can look at: payroll reports, time tracking, hours. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that you can use. The reporting aspect of QuickBooks I love, and you can actually automate it. The other thing QuickBooks allows is for something called double entry accounting. Probably doesn't mean anything to you. On the front end, it's very easy, because all you got to do is sync your business bank accounts, and it'll import all of your transactions, and then you as the end user or your bookkeeper or whoever can categorize those transactions for you and allow you to run the reports that you need. Now, there's hundreds of third-party integrations that you can incorporate into QuickBooks. If you use Stripe for payment processing, if you have payroll, services, if you want to sync your business bank accounts, saving accounts, there's a lot of integration, interoperability available with QuickBooks. Is one of the reasons why I like this particular application over some of its competitors. Now, some of the downsides that I see: pricing might be a little high if you look at the competitors. So if you look at a Xero, a FreshBooks, or a ZipBooks, a lot of their entry-level plans are half the price out of QuickBooks. I believe at the time of this video, QuickBooks entry-level plan is $25, which is not outrageous, but if you are looking across the board, you might be able to find a cheaper solution if you are budget conscious. The other downside of QuickBooks is I think there is a small learning curve. So if you have no idea about accounting, financial statements, P&Ls, things like that, there might be a slight learning curve that you're gonna have to either maybe you can pay for a consultant to help set up your stuff, or you can, browse Google or YouTube to get your financial statements in good order. But there is a slight learning curve if you are not familiar with accounting related stuff. But all in all, QuickBooks is definitely a staple that needs to be in your toolkit for your business to be successful. All right, so next up, number 2 is gonna be Gusto. So Gusto is super, super dope, and I really love their interface. And Gusto is an application that's gonna help you automate your payroll and assist with your human resources functions. And the thing I really like about this is it allows you to build a benefits package for future employees based on your budget and based on the things that you are looking to provide. Gusto is great for onboarding new employees, so it allows them to actually go in, sign in, complete a lot of the administrative tasks, which makes onboarding a brand new employee a breeze. Gusto also gives your employees lifetime access. So let's just say, for an example, you have turnover and you got an employee that quit. They send you an email 6 months later to say, hey man, I need access to my W-2. As long as that email account is still active, they will always have lifetime access to that account, even if that employee is not employed by your company. One of the other good things is Gusto provides the ability for auto payroll, so you don't actually have to manually go in every single month, hit the button to pay your employees, and they've automated the tax filing, so you don't actually have to file your payroll tax returns. Gusto's service fee actually takes care of all of the compliance stuff behind the scenes, so that you can focus on making business related decisions. Some of the cons to Gusto is their benefits package, from what I hear, is they don't actually offer it in all 50 states. So there are some geographic restrictions. So if Gusto is something that you want to use, I will double check to make sure that they do offer that stuff in your particular area. One of the other downsides is Gusto does not actually have an alternative app. So if you are away from your computer or you can't access the internet and all you have is your cell phone, if you wanted to run payroll on the go, there is not an actual application. So you're actually gonna have to sign into the web browser to run payroll on the go. The other downside is there is no same-day direct deposit. So if you are late in improving your employees' time, or if for whatever reason you didn't automate your payroll and that you need to run it ASAP, there is no same day deposit. So if you run it today, the paycheck won't actually hit tomorrow. So that could be a downside depending on how proficient you are at running your payroll function. So in summary, if you don't need the HR function, you might be better off using a lower cost option such as a QuickBooks, because you already have the accounting software. They actually have a payroll function, or you can use something like ADP, which is also simpler. But I think that if you want the complete package, payroll plus benefits, then I think Gusto is a great fit every single small business. So next up is going to be Slack. So Slack has become the big dog in the team communication space. Now, Slack's interface is easy to use, and that is something that has attracted me to it. It is a workplace favorite, and it has actually been dubbed as the email killer. Now, I don't know if email is actually gonna go extinct, but they are aiming to disrupt that space and basically get rid of email, and all you gotta do is communicate via Slack. So some of the things that I love about Slack, there is instant real-time communication. So when I send you a message, almost as easy as a text, so I can send messages to my employees across a couple businesses. I can just say, hey man, I need a status update. Boom, I get a response ASAP. The other cool thing is there's a searchable history, so you can go through the archive and see if there was a prior conversation that you needed to reference, or a business conversation. It's easy to search keywords and you can pull that data out. Another cool thing about Slack, there is minimal setup time, so you can literally set up Slack, onboard your employees in a matter of, I'd say, less than 2 minutes. It is extremely easy to onboard. The minute you give someone access to your workspace, they're going to be talking, chatting with the team literally instantly. The other cool things that I like about Slack is the ability to thread conversations. Now, I've looked at other solutions, Microsoft Teams, Discord, all those provide similar functionality to Slack, but one of the things that I really enjoyed about Slack is if I post a message, then you can actually thread comments within that same message versus everything kind of getting convoluted or jumbled in one, basically channel. The ability to thread conversation is awesome. Now, the other thing is there are thousands of integrations within Slack. I have integrated a lot of different things into Slack. For example, I use a calendar app called Calendly. Anytime I have an appointment, it'll send me a Slack message 5 minutes before the actual meeting. So that way I'm just prepared to say, okay, yeah, don't forget you got that meeting here in 5 minutes. And the other thing I use is I have a Stripe integration with Slack. So where anytime an invoice for one of my companies is paid, it'll send a message to a private channel that would basically let me know that a certain client has paid an invoice. Now, I don't have a whole lot of cons for Slack, but one of the downsides that I see to it is that it is highly addictive. So I'm a big fan of when I disconnect from work, I am done, I am out, I am 100% family man. I'm spending time with my wife, my kids, and I'm focused trying to be in the moment, not working around the clock. With Slack, it's instant message, it's very easy to communicate, so it is so easy to get pulled back into the actual workspace. So what I like to do is usually just set it as do not disturb, so that way any messages that come in, they won't show up until the next morning when I'm ready to focus on my businesses. So next up is going to be Asana. Asana is a great project management tool that allows you to not only manage tasks, daily tasks, workflows, and it keeps you organized. So one of the ways that I use Asana is I use it to help produce my YouTube content. So when I'm ready to produce a video, it goes down a workflow and I have my editors and stuff like that part of the workflow. So that way it keeps me organized in producing content. The other thing I use Asana for is I use it as a CRM for my tax related business. So anytime I have a lead or a consultation, it actually goes through the life cycle that we've set up and automated within Asana so that it helps me track potential prospects for my tax related business. So some of the great things about Asana is that their free plan literally gives away everything. You've got unlimited boards, unlimited team members, unlimited projects. If you have less than 15 users on Asana, you literally can do everything you need to do in that application for free. So you don't ever have to upgrade to another plan. If you get over 15 users, or if you start using more integrations, and then that's when the price starts adding on. But if you use it as a bare bones, you probably can get away with using the free version. So some of the other cool things is there's a lot of different powerful integrations. You can integrate with your calendar software. You can integrate with Google Drive, which is what I use. And there's multiple views. So if you want to look at things as like, if you're a list person, then that's perfect for that. Or if you like the board or the Kanban board view, that's actually what I use, where I can see the life cycle of a project. I'm more of a steps kind of guy, or I like to approach things in phases. And so I like that particular view, and it helps me to project manage. So next up is gonna be Zapier. So think of Zapier as a shortcut to automation. If you don't have a coding background, if you don't have time to hire a coder, if you need to get things automated in short order, Zapier is awesome, is because they have a lot of out-of-the-box integrations that you can implement literally in 5 minutes. This is an excellent online service because it allows for you to both automate and connect both business and productivity apps. Some of the positive things I've seen about Zapier is that it has a ton of integrations. For example, two of the integrations that I particularly use right now in my business is, one is I send my calendar notifications directly to my Slack workspace via Zapier. So anytime I have an appointment, I have lots of appointments throughout the week, whether that's with potential clients or internal to my companies. I want to be notified. I don't want to be checking my calendar every 5 minutes. So I have an integration with Zapier where it'll send a notification to Slack, basically saying, hey Brian, you got an appointment in 5 minutes. Here's the information. Here's the Zoom sign in. One of the other integrations I use is, I mentioned earlier that I use Asana as a CRM type software. Well, anytime I have a new client book an appointment in my calendar software, it actually adds a card to Asana, which gives me all the information that I want to collect, and I can start documenting particular notes and things like that with that particular client. So Zapier has a lot of multi-step automations, and they're so simple to use. So if you are trying to get the most out of your productivity apps, you got all these applications, you want them to talk to each other, Zapier is that missing link that will allow your business to communicate across multiple productivity applications. In terms of cons, I haven't seen a whole lot of cons with Zapier. There have been situations where I've seen the service go down for small periods of time, and when the service is down, some of your automations might be working. And so if you are highly reliant upon using those automations, then that would obviously suck. But outside of that, that's far and few between. So Zapier definitely is a staple in your organization once you start scaling a ton of applications. All right, so the last and final application that I'm going to recommend is going to be Canva. So Canva is a graphic, photo editing, digital image rendering, presentation creating, social media, graphics. I mean, there's a lot of use cases for Canva, and it's all web-based. And I really think as an entrepreneur that you definitely need this application in your tool set. Some of the great things about Canva is that they have a vast library of templates that you can use. So if you need to post something to your Instagram story, or you're posting something to your Facebook page, or you need to create a YouTube thumbnail, or writing a blog post on your website. I mean, there's so many out-of-the-box solutions that you can already use, thousands of templates, thousands of images that are right at your disposal for such a small fee. So two downsides that I see is that if you need like an advanced photo editing software, probably not the best thing to use. You probably want to get something like an Adobe Photoshop that has a lot more tools at your disposal. But if you're using it for more basic functions, then I think Canva is just fine. So one of the other downsides to Canva is that if you are working on a presentation, maybe it's a sales presentation, a slide deck, budget forecast meeting for your company, if you don't have access to the internet, maybe you're on a flight somewhere, you won't be able to use the software because it is web-based only and it requires an internet connection. So that's probably one of the big downsides, right? So you must always have connectivity to have access to the internet to use Canva. All right, people, so this list could have been very well over 100 different applications. So let me know in the comments section below, what are some of your favorite apps that you are using in your particular business? I wanted to make this video as pointed as possible. Like I said, there's thousands of applications that I could have chose, but I chose 5 that I think every single new entrepreneur needs to take. It's gonna help you build a solid foundation so that way when your business starts growing and you start scaling, you're gonna have the infrastructure in place for you to be successful. So as your business levels up, so will your tech package. From one business owner to another, let's get out there and crush it. Have a good one.